it's me, mayohosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Mayohosko, it's your boy, JP.
Real whole egg. Everybody say real whole egg. Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
There you go. Capture that, Mayo. That's for you. That's for you.
Everyone on the panel say it at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What are we saying again?
Real whole egg.
Whole egg.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Real
Whole egg. Close enough.
Everyone make sure to send in your videos of saying real whole egg and I'll add you to the intro. Thank you. Everyone is awesome. Everyone is cool when we're watching mayohosko streams. Everyone is awesome. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Hello, welcome everyone to the mayohosko stream. I am back from Brickworld Chicago. I am back from Brickworld Chicago. And I had a really fun time. I really did. And if anyone was there in my live streams when I was doing all of that stuff from either the convention hall or my hotel room, you know about all of the awesome stuff that we did at Brickworld Chicago. So anyway, let me put the banner on and let me find the music. We have sent out invitations on Instagram to people who might want to come on today. So let's decrease the music and see who's here so far. So we have a new subscriber, Alan's House of Legos, Nate Mr. Blue, Tree of War 2, Missing Grid Bricks, and yeah, that's everyone. I'm kind of a bystander. I know, well, I have some friends who are gay people, and I didn't want this because everyone is awesome. I didn't want this because it's Pride Month. I wanted this because of the minifigures. I wanted the monochromatic minifigures in there. There were some cool headpieces that I'm actually thinking about when I get when I buy a printer that can print colored stickers. Try and print some classic space logos to put onto these torsos, and I can then turn the minifigures into classic spacemen. That's what I want to do, because this has some really cool pieces, and I wanted to build this during Pride Month because it was the most appropriate timing, but I'm not, I don't associate with their community. I just have friends that are in that community. So we're going to build this. And unfortunately there's a little bit of damage on the box right there. Yeah, it's a very good question. Because I don't normally get political like that, only when people ask me. Because as I'm going through some of these bags, not only are there the cool pieces for building mocks with the minifigs, but there's also a lot of basic elements in here, particularly basic bricks. And as a mock builder, I can never have too many bricks. I'm running low on quite a lot of bricks. I'm running low on some plates and tiles as well. So with this set, I'll be able to replenish a lot of what I have already used for making mocks, put it back into my parts collection, Yeah, lots of useful pieces in here. And also to get these 1x10, I think they are, bricks in the dark. No, sorry, in the light tan. That's going to be useful for pieces. Well, that's going to be useful for blocks. And instead of an orange brick separator, you get the dark turquoise. So any excuse not to get the orange brick separator is a good one in my book. Also, we have YOLO X in here. Hey, YOLO says, "Are you going to get the Chinese parade float?" Probably not, because I really don't collect the Lunar New Year stuff as long as if it's something I can't integrate into the city, I'm probably not going to buy it. If it's something I can't mock into something that I can put into the city, I'm probably not going to buy that. Eventually, I will have to make a frequently asked questions video, because I get a lot of really good questions in my live streams in particular, because it's a live chat, and so I've been procrastinating about not making a frequently asked questions video for probably 2 years now. Hey Taz, nice to see you. I was watching some of your Twitch streams while I was in my hotel room at Chicago. Entertaining stuff. People should come follow a lot of us over on Twitch. And also getting also for those who don't know, before I went live here on YouTube, I wanted to play some Minecraft, so I streamed Minecraft for a little bit over on Twitch, and it feels good to play Minecraft again. I had below average internet in Chicago, so I wasn't able to play Minecraft over there, and I missed playing Minecraft on Twitch. I really did, because I've got a big excavation project in a cliff. Yeah, I know that it does, and everyone's been wanting to buy the pieces for the parade float on Bricks and Pieces, because not only does it have pieces to build a purple classic spaceman, but it's also got a lot of really other interesting pieces. In general, the Lunar New Year sets have a lot of really useful pieces and a lot of really interesting and or new printed pieces. So the pieces from the Lunar New Year sets, if I could talk today, always sell like hotcakes on Pick a Brick or Bricks and Pieces online. They always sell out. And now that we are back home and we've got actually good internet again, now we can finally do the giveaway for the mayohosko sig and the bonus prize. So this is the last stream anyone has to get their tickets in for the giveaway. There should be details all about it with the Streamlabs timed comments, and if anyone wants to enter the giveaway, all you got to do is read that stuff. So this set does not have numbered bags, which is a big problem in my opinion. It's a big problem, because that means that I have to empty all of the bags out at the same time. And these instructions are really thin. These are some of the most, pardon the pun, but paper-thin instructions I've ever had. This is really light. I don't know why. It just feels really light on this. I wish, and if they were going to do it, like, if they were going to do a set without numbered bags, you couldn't have grouped the pieces by piece type, like what they used to do before they had the numbered bags, particularly in a lot of the Dacta sets from the 80s. They used to do it like that. Come on, Lego, do better. I'll put some of this stuff down. Put these big plates off to the side here. And let's see what we can empty out. Good night, Ingrid. Oh, a piece just went flying. I think it was this one. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. If anyone knows what that's a reference to, you get a cookie. And if anyone out there from the live stream gang, or if I have already previously sent you invites privately, if you want to come onto the panel and ask me questions about Brickworld Chicago, now is the time. Now is the time to do it. And if anyone in the chat wants to ask me questions about Brickworld Chicago, now is the time to do it. I'm here to answer everyone's questions about Brickworld Chicago. Hey, Mum. And, oh, hello, first time in a long time, Scott's Blocks. Ask me all of your questions about Brickworld Chicago. I know people are going to be bombarding me about them for a couple weeks at least. I'm just going to put all of the minifigures together first. I don't quite understand that question, Alan. Can you give me more context? And if we get time at the end of this stream today, I'm going to be building an airplane that I got from the airport. Okay, what Lego YouTubers did I meet at the convention? Okay, that's a good question. So what I will say about that is I'm actually going to have to review my own footage and review the list of all of the attendees at Brickworld Chicago, so I can make a checklist of everyone I actually talked to. There were some people I saw that there was no way in hell I was going to talk to, and I had an enjoyable conversation with a lot of them, and that's probably going to be in its own video after I release all of the vlogs, because that's probably also going to be a frequently asked question, and that's probably warranted of its own video, and I'll probably upload that sometime in August with all the videos I have planned. I'll make a video about everyone I met at Chicago in August, and more than likely it'll probably be an early access upload for all my pledges over on Patreon. And everyone who pledges to me on Patreon gets early access to all of my content. It was a YouTube petting zoo, because to see everyone that I'm subscribed, or to see lots of people who I'm subscribed to 1 yard away from me was like a dream come true. and I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to Brickworld Chicago, so I wanted to make the most of my vacation, and I certainly did that. And now that I'm home from Brickworld Chicago, there's a lot of things I've got to unpack. And I made sure quickly to go get some of the sets to go get some of the Lego that I bought home from Brickworld Chicago. And if we get time at the end of this live stream, I will show that off. So particularly if you want to see some vintage Lego that I got, that I bought at Brickworld Chicago, you might want to hang around until the end of the video, and I'll show that off if we have time. It's going to be a 4-hour stream. I've got lots of things to cover. I would love to bring some of my Paradisa mocks over to Brickworld Chicago. Because if I was going to bring actual mocks over, it would be stuff that I'm proud of and that's easy to transport. And when I did Paradisa Month back in October of 2022 with Adora Build on my live streams, I built mock versions of a lot of the old Paradisa sets, and a lot of them were very skeletal buildings, which makes it easy to transport different places. They're not too heavy, and they don't take up a lot of space. So if I was to go back to Brickworld Chicago, that is one of the mocks I would consider exhibiting. But there's no guarantee that I will be able to go back to Brickworld Chicago, because it's very expensive to get over there. It's very expensive, and if there is enough of a demand for people who know they will be going to Brickworld Chicago, put your money where your mouth is. And if anyone wants more details about what that means, definitely DM me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook Messenger, or even you can send me something on Discord or email me. There's lots of ways for you to get in contact with me on social media. And I had an enjoyable time with Mark, and he had an enjoyable time with me. And maybe we might want to geek out at that, like schoolgirls jumping up and down if Mark has the time tonight. I'm trying to find. Oh yeah, I already built it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, who are we missing? We're missing. Oh yeah, there's the pink one. Okay, there's the pink one. Exactly, Scott. You can put your money where your mouth is. So now that the minifigs are done, now I got to use these plates. So I'll put the minifigures off to the side. Oops, that dropped over. Let me use my foot to go grab that minifigure. There we go. I think what I'll do is I'll move these instructions off to the side so people can see what I'm actually doing over here. And so if you know your friends who aren't right here, who aren't here right now, and it's been so long since they've seen me, actually from the comfort of my own home. Feel free to share this live stream with them. So we're building the base right now. Exactly, Scott. There's a bunch of people like you who didn't go to Brickworld Chicago because it's expensive to get over there. It's even more expensive for me, but it's still expensive nonetheless. Unless you literally live in the next state over, or if you already live in the state. So how does this go on? That goes on there. And there's the base. Now we're starting to build the stripes. And if anyone remembers, before I went to Brickworld Chicago, I said that I'm starting to run out of sets to build on my live stream, and that may put me being able to go live in jeopardy if I don't have any content to do on my streams. Well, after I made some amazing trades at the garage sale, I have plenty of sets to last me for the next 2 months at least. And since I didn't spend all of my money on my vacation, I do have some money to buy some of the sets that got released on the 1st of June. If anyone remembers, about a month ago on Good Morning Brickworld, they were doing some of the news of some of the city friends and creator sets that are and were coming out soon. And I was like, yep, you just made me spend $1,000 because there are some sets from the city friends and almost a town creator theme that I want to buy because I think I can use them in my city. Hello, Anna Nicole. I definitely will be combining some sets. I had a lot of small sets that I traded for at Brickworld Chicago, particularly some poly bags. A lot of poly bags. Anyone who actually watched that 25-minute live stream when I was at Brickworld Chicago knows exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to do a proper whole video of what I got from Brickworld Chicago until the vlogs are done. So if anyone actually wants to see what I traded for at Brickworld Chicago, definitely go back and watch that 25-minute live stream from my hotel room. I got some sets that I'll be able to combine into bigger things, and I got sets that I'll be able to use the parts for making mocks. And if anyone can see from what Nate Mr. Blue is doing in the chat right now, he is a high roller because he has earned a lot of exclamation mark jars. And that's because he is a consistent viewer of the mayohosko channel. Not only does he make sure to actively watch my live streams, but he also makes sure to leave regular comments. That's why he's been able to acquire so many exclamation mark jars, and that's why he's been able to be a high roller. And he has gambled a lot, and he has won a lot. And now, because he won the previous mayohosko giveaway, I went to the post office twice when I was at Brickworld Chicago, One was on my first day, and one was on my last day. On the first day, I sent out Mr. Blue's prize, and so hopefully Nate will get that in the mail sometime. Also, I don't think I said hello to Big Nate Wicks. Hello, Big Nate. It's confusing when there's multiple Nates in the chat. And now we've got to put the titles on. And I also remembered Alex Nunes' P.O. box. So I sent out a minifigure, a mayohosko sig fig to him for Minifig Mayhem. There were a bunch of other sig fig trades I did at Brickworld Chicago too. And there's too many for me to list off by hand right now. So I'll probably have to do a video with all of the sig figs that I traded for at Brickworld Chicago. But because I am uploading a city update this Wednesday/Thursday, I will be putting them into my city. And so I'll have to film that video well in advance before it actually goes up, because I want to include those sig figs in my city. Because I've done nothing else with my city over the past month, because I've been doing all of this stuff for Brickworld Chicago. And I definitely have some places in mind for some of the sig figs I traded for, because of the type of Lego builders that they are. I think I have perfect spots for some of the sig figs to go in. Like, I already know where Pick and Bricks is going to go. Name drop. I think I know where Jesse's Brick Galaxy is going to go. Name drop. And there's plenty of others as well. Looking for a 2x2 tile. Where's that 2x2 tile? Here we go. Yeah. So lots of really cool sig figs. If anyone remembers. Oh, wait. Just trying to remember. Oh no, I need to upload that to my channel. Yeah, so let me restart that. So for all of my Twitch followers, you know, I did a live stream the night before we left for Brickworld Chicago. I frantically built 102 mayohosko sig figs to take away to Brickworld Chicago. And I was able to get all of that done just in time before I started packing the next day. Actually, no, sorry, not started packing, but finished packing. Because since I'm a very busy person, I can't be packing everything at once. So I ended up packing my bags over a 1 week period, and I'll probably unpack my bags over a 1 week period. So, actually, speaking of a booty, when I met up with everyone who checked into the hotel on the Tuesday, Mark was one of them, among a whole host of other people who attended Brickworld Chicago. And I made sure to donate some pirate booty for his Castle Pirates layout that he's got in his basement. And I'm sure there are some people in this chat who have watched some of Mark's Pirate Castle updates. Well, now he'll have a couple more accessories to put in there, because I had a bunch of spare skeletons, I had a spare cannon, and I had plenty of the PvP plants. Those who are regular viewers of the mayohosko channel and viewers of some other people like Scott's Blocks and Macro Bricks himself knows what PvP is. But when I mentioned that I'm going to have to make a frequently asked questions video, explaining what PvP is one of the questions I will be answering. I'll probably try do a frequently asked question video either just before or just after my 11-year anniversary video. Speaking of anniversaries, Hauling and Bowling, who I hung out with Frickin' Bricks all day Saturday, because Frickin' Bricks was just in front of where Brick Hive and Titanium J had their exhibits at Brickworld Chicago. I was hanging out with him and his girlfriend all day because I wanted to stand near the cool kids, and there were a bunch of classic space nerds that were walking by, and so we geeked out together about Frickin' Bricks' exhibit of classic space sets, and that was enjoyable. So I hung out there all day Saturday and geeked out about classic space with everyone who walked on by. It was a fun time. And then that Saturday night, yeah, oopsie, that doesn't check out. Oh, I see now. Yeah, okay. There's where I'm going on. So on the Saturday night, they did Hauling and Bowling on Saturday night, and I walked around with them. And then on Good Morning Brickworld, the next morning, I was walking around before the public came in on Sunday, and I was photoballing them. So, yeah, that was very enjoyable. I'm going on all sorts of rabbit holes conversations, so can someone please remind me what I was trying to say? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I've got to use the brick separator and get this off. There we go. Yeah, I was trying to remember what I was saying. Yeah. I'll just do these steps, and then I'll go read the comments, because in the time I've been putting all these tiles on, I know there have been some good comments that have gone on by, and people can actively check how many jars they have by using the exclamation mark jars, just like what Mr. Blue was doing, and you can use the exclamation mark top to see where you rank on the leaderboard. And remember, if you want to enter the giveaway, you got to be logged into Streamlabs, and it costs 10 jars per ticket. Okay, put those tiles on. Now let's see what's going on in the chat, because I know there have been some juicy conversations. And actually, I'll start from the bottom and then go up again, because I see we have Ruby. Hello, Ruby. And yeah, so where did the juicy conversation start? Where did the juicy conversation start? Because we only read out the juicy conversation. We answered that question by Aaron.
answered that question by YOLO X. If anyone else wants to ask me questions about Brickworld Chicago, now's the time to do it. I didn't, unfortunately, due to timing, I didn't end up going to Medieval Times, but there are some people in this chat who did go to Medieval Times, and if they wanted to come onto the panel, they could talk about how epic Medieval Times was. I actually know some people from Kentucky who went to Brickworld Chicago. I did make it home safe, although I am a little bit dehydrated, so I'm trying to drink water. I had a fruit smoothie for breakfast to get my vitamins in me. Yeah, Anna was at Brickworld Chicago. We talked on and off again. It does. It looks like a rainbow mess of these pieces. However, when you actually put the thing together, then it starts to look more natural. Exactly, Ellen. Particularly when you're building a Star Wars UCS set, like when I built the UCS Luke's Land Speeder back in September, throughout the month of September 2022. I always kept on complaining how much rainbow color there is in that set, and the reason why they have a whole lot of rainbow builds underneath the UCS sets is to make it easier for people to build it, to locate the pieces. Yeah, it would be great to see Aaron sometime at somewhere, because for those who don't know, Aaron and myself were on Miss Ingrid Briggs' stream 3 hours ago. There are lots of brick conventions. There are actually multiple LEGO convention franchises. There's Brickworld, there's Brick Fair, there's Brick Universe, there's Brick Fest, and a whole host of others. You'd be surprised how many franchises, not just events, of conventions that there actually are. Definitely go and Google search all of that stuff. I wish I went to Medieval Times, but Mark did. I am very good right now, Ruby, because we're here with all the amazing people in the comments right now. I'm definitely on a 3-day hangover because it took 22 and a half hours to get home, and I almost went immediately straight to bed as I got off of the plane because I ended up sleeping for 12 hours. I was so jet lagged. Yeah. I'm not exactly looking forward to July either. Hello, John Sapola. Yes, I did go to Brickworld Chicago. Anyone that didn't know, I went to Brickworld Chicago either wasn't paying attention to me, or they were sleeping under a rock. Exactly, Ruby. There's lots of awesome people to say hello to in my live stream chat. I think it was Streamlabs telling off Stream Elements. Yeah, I do that just to let people know whenever there's a giveaway that they can enter. Jeff didn't go to Brickworld Chicago, that's why. Okay, so we're done with those tiles. Now we've got to put more bricks on these things. Once the giveaway ends, Streamlabs won't need to advertise the giveaway anymore. there's a lot of different hashtags we can do to get all sorts of different people to go to Brickworld Chicago, because it really is the best Lego convention on earth. It really is. And in other news regarding Australian Lego conventions, someone told me that Adora Build Ruth confirmed she will be going to Brickvention 2024. And along with other people who have already told me that they'll be there to see me at Brickvention, I can now confirm that I will be exploring plane tickets to go to Brickvention 2024. So if any of the Australians out there want to come see me at Brickvention, definitely make sure to let me know all about it on social media. And who knows, if people are willing to put their money where their mouth is, I might go back to Brickworld Chicago next year. Because I've already seen a bunch of people who couldn't go to Brickworld Chicago this year saying they definitely want to make more of an effort to go to Brickworld Chicago next year. I'm not sure how many brick layers there are on this set. Yes, the autocorrect can be a little bit of a pain sometimes, can't it, Scott? So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of bricks that go on top here. And as soon as I'm done building this, I will make sure to take photography for Instagram and Twitter later to let everyone know that I built this. So how many stacks are there? There's 3 stacks though. Okay, I see what they're doing. They're doing a rotating build technique for strength. And funny thing is, if anyone follows a bunch of Lego streamers on Twitch, what they have, some of them, is what they have is they have a redeem where you can get them to build one-handed. Everyone take a drink. How many times on my live streams I end up building one-handed? Because I don't know about I don't speak for other set builders out there, but I don't always need 2 hands to build a set, particularly if it's a flat set. It actually feels quite comfortable building with one hand. Anna says, am I building the set normal or replacing the pigs? I will be building the set as normal for the photography, and then I'm going to be disassembling this for the pieces. And when I can buy myself a printer, so I can print, I can print coloured stickers. Eventually, I do want to put Classic Space logos onto these torsos. Exactly, it really was. There was a steampunk city on at the front right quadrant of Brickworld Chicago, and then there was New Ashima, which was based on an actual Japanese city in the back right quadrant of Brickworld Chicago. And I got footage of both the steampunk and the Japanese city. It was the new Hashima that took 60 builders. I think they said 3 days to build in total effort when you divide it among the 60 builders. It was by far the most impressive thing at Brickworld Chicago. But as a train nerd, what I enjoyed most was, of course, the LGMS train exhibit. And if anyone doesn't know, LGMS is an acronym. Oh, I just heard an alert. What was that? LGMS is an acronym for Lego Gauge Model Standard. What was that notification? Oh, that was Journal of the Scots commenting on my latest Instagram post because I'm home. And actually, while I'm talking about that, I'll give a little bit of a backstory about that image. So if anyone wants context of what I'm talking about, please feel free to go follow me on Instagram at real_mayohosko. When I got home and put down my luggage and settled back into my room, I found that my loving mother had set dressed my bed in a made for social media type presentation. So I could not resist taking a square photo of that because I thought her work was adorable, and so it was screaming for me to take a photo of it because of the craftsmanship, the motherly craftsmanship that was put into that. So I was like, you know what? Eventually I am going to put this on social media, and then I needed a photo to tell everyone, hey, I just got home from Brickworld Chicago. So I was like, you know what? Let's use that image. And it's gotten higher than average likes on that post. So thank you for all of my Instagram followers. And I know that some of my Instagram followers are in this chat right now. Yes, yeah, absolutely, Taz. Air New Zealand gave a good service to me and my auntie. Didn't have any cancellations, didn't have any real bad turbulence. Really, the only turbulence was going through whether we consistently remained above 30,000 feet. The pilots actually knew what they were talking about. Really, the only malfunctions with the airline service were with the airports themselves, because when we got into Auckland, going to Chicago, they didn't have the air bridge ready, so we were stuck in the plane for about 15 minutes before the workers at the Auckland airport could get the air bridge fixed. And so that was not due to Air New Zealand themselves. So I pray to my higher power that we didn't fall victim to Shit Heap Airlines. And if anyone doesn't know what Shit Heap Airlines is, I recommend go subscribe to Tasman Bricks on YouTube and watch some of his old live streams, and go follow Tasman Bricks on Twitch. And I'm sure every now and then when he does his spiel, when he's building with Lego, he'll occasionally from time to time mention Shit Heap Airlines. And that's something that long-time subscribers of the mayohosko channel will realize, is there's a lot of references I make and a lot of contextual information that I explain on my streams. So for all of the contextual information, it's best for you to go into the archives of all of the different things I post and all of my different social medias I operate. And if anyone doesn't know the full list of all of my social medias that I operate, you can go to my website, mayohosko.weebly.com, and that'll be a gateway entry to all of my social medias. I'm active on a lot of different social medias, so it's hard to keep track of which information I release where. Yeah. Almost done with this set, and it's taken me less than an hour so far. Might be able to get this thing built in an hour, which would be good timing. And then I can move on to some other stuff. Where is a 1x1 black brick? Yeah, good old shit heap airline. So I was able to get checked baggage and take luggage on the plane. I came back with more luggage with me because of all the things I traded for at Brickworld Chicago. And there'll be more videos about all of that stuff like at a later date. I'm not seeing a 1x1 black brick. There's a 1x1 black brick. Let's see if it's in one of these bags. Oh, there it is. There it is. Fantastic. Good, we found it. And so with all of these references to shit heap airlines, everyone make sure to spam the poop emoji in the chat to pay our respects. And if anyone's got any more questions for me about Brickworld Chicago, now's the time to have at it in the chat. Oh yeah, we've done that. The easy layers of this set is when you're just using the 2x3 bricks. When you're using the 1x2 bricks and the 1x10 bricks in between, that takes a little bit longer. My favorite thing I ate at Brickworld Chicago would probably have to be the two different styles of deep dish pizza I ordered from Sparrows. Because fortunately, there was a Sparrows in the Woodfield Mall, which is the main mall near the Schomburg Convention Center. And when we went for our day trips in downtown Chicago, when we got off the train that came in from that went from Schomburg to Union Station, there was actually a Sparrows in Union Station. And wow, we're at double-digit viewers. Thanks everyone for being awesome. And so yeah, probably say that was my favorite thing I ate. I've now realized that I am a connoisseur of chicken sandwiches / chicken burgers. And so I made sure to try as many different types of chicken sandwiches at Brickworld Chicago as much as possible. And I gotta say, of the ones I had, my favourite was the crispy chicken sandwich from Culver's. That was my favourite one. Also, when we went to Wendy's in the inner city west of Chicago, I wanted to try a square burger, and so we had their original square burger. And of all of the beef burgers I've ever had, that's probably my favourite that I've ever had. Because not only did it include ketchup along with the regular ingredients you find on fast food grade cheeseburgers, but it also included some bonus ingredients that you find on upscale fast food burgers. And it also had, I think, 3 condiments in one. So that was the best beef burger I've ever had. Unfortunately, we didn't get to go to Portillo's. I know a bunch of people who went to Brickworld Chicago, and they made sure to go to Portillo's. But unfortunately, I didn't go because of time and geographical convenience. Now I can't find a 1x2 red brick. Where did that go? And when I was opening these bags, there were some pieces that flung up across the place. And hello, Bricktastic Lego ideas. Good to see you here. And if anyone is trying to gamble with points they have, and the gambling rejects your command, it might be because you don't. It might be because you have less points than what you're trying to gamble with. And so, it's probably best to use the exclamation mark jars to check how many points or how many loyalty points you have before you start playing the gambling game. And hello, Dusty Bricks. Exactly. Fuck yeah, I'm home! It's glad to be off of a fucking aeroplane. I've done enough aeroplane travel for the next year now. I definitely don't need to go back on any more aeroplanes. Maybe until Brickworld Chicago 2024, who knows? I'm not going to bother stressing out over where this is, so I'm just going to get a 1x2 red brick from my collection. And because I do so many sorting streams on the mayohosko channel, and because I try to do quarterly sorting parties at the end of every season on the mayohosko channel, I know where a lot of my pieces are. So if I have misplaced pieces within sets, I know exactly where to go from my own collection until I find them on my desk or on my floor somewhere else. It's just laziness like that, but it's quick. So now that we're done with stacking the actual bricks, now we can do some of the other complicated stuff on top here. So there's supposed to be a raindrop or something effect with some of these builds. And we've got to put in a layer of 1x2 plates with their corresponding colours. And good morning, Country Bricks Build Craze. It's great to see so many Australians who are in the chat right now, because for those who don't know, I am Australian. And the amount of times I had people come up to me at Brickworld Chicago and ask, "Are you from the UK?" Because in the state of South Australia, we take after the estuary accent from England. However, with a lot of people from the eastern states of Australia, they take more after some of the American accents with the dialect of their voice and some of the pronunciation. And something I've realized is that I'm not sure if it's 100% positive. That's why I'm only going to call it a correlation, not causation. But a lot of places I have looked around the world, particularly in the UK, Australia, and the US, wherever they say Lego, not Lego, wherever they say Lego, like my home state of South Australia, there is a correlation that they have a history of Cornish mining heritage. That's something I noticed when I explored some of the British counties and both American and Australian states. I know that Brickworld pronounces it as Lego. And when I went to see where the Cornish people set up their mines, the state of Georgia was one of those states. And so I hope a linguistic historian or an English language professor can come along one day and help me confirm that. But as of right now, with all the research I have done about that, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now we're putting on a whole bunch of art pieces that form the curvature at the top of this. Okay, so now that's done, and now we can put the 1x2 tiles on top here. Once again with their corresponding colours. So it feels good to be back in my own time zone again. It feels good to do these live streams first thing when I wake up on a Saturday morning. Since I was so jet lagged after coming home from Brickworld Chicago, I almost went straight to bed. And I slept for 12 hours, so I've been up since London Calling on the London Bridge Bricks channel. So I feel completely energized, particularly after my fruit smoothie. Hello, Zissou! You like my shirt, eh? This is actually Lego pajamas. It says Lego Master Builder on there. And my pants have Lego bricks on them. And actually, Zissou, we were talking about Paradisa a little while ago because someone in chat suggested if I go to Brickworld Chicago again, I should take some of my Paradisa pots. And for those who don't know, we like to spam the crap out of this whenever prompted.
Paradisa, Paradisa, sun is shining all day.
I see some people gambling, so I'll do the exclamation mark top. And people can see where they stand on the rankings. So this is now very, very solid because there's a lot of bricks that goes in here. And that's literally the last step. Now we can put the minifigures on here. We got black, brown, red, orange, yellow, light green, blue, purple, I forget which shade of blue this is. someone who's more with someone who has the Bricklink color guide with them right now can tell me what exactly it is. White and dark pink. So there they all are. There's the set built, and it only took me a little over an hour to do so. So I'll take a photo of that after the stream. Now I'll bring some Lego onto the table with some stuff I bought at Brickworld Chicago and or traded for. So I'll get out this stuff and we'll talk about the sets afterwards. So this is a bag of my pieced together version of the 60th anniversary micro builds gift with purchase, and Brick Adjuster let me place that next to his Smalley World exhibit, which was next to Shy Time is My Time's Black Falcon Army, and he has still lost his voice after that. Get out some of this stuff. Got some things to put back together because not everything survived in transit, because I had this in my backpack. So got to put some of these things back together here. This is the what is it? It's I know, there must be some 1x2 bricks. Some 1x2 plates that go in there. This was a used condition version of the Trauma Team, which is a set I've always wanted, because Jane Bricks did a review about it, and Alex Nunes had it next to his mock of his raceway he made back in 2014, I believe it was, or it might have been 2013. Yeah, it is kind of like that, Taz, because for whatever reason, how I've got Streamlabs set up is it's a little bit finicky with that stuff. So I think there's a setting I've got to change so that it gets rid of those messages. So I'll put these stretchers on here. And hello, PBJ. Nice to see you. So there's the helicopter for the Trauma Team. It's a really nice helicopter because it can transport 2 stretchers on it. That's really nice. And they include a 3rd stretcher for the back of the ambulance right here. Because would you believe this is an ambulance? Get the stretcher in there like that, and we'll close the lid. Yeah, this light is supposed to go there for the sirens, and that was a part of that. Is there anything else? Yeah, I think this is everything from the set. Unfortunately, the Bricks and Minifigures store where I purchased this from didn't include the motorcycle that came with it. And I can understand, because those motorcycles are very easy to lose, and they're actually more valuable than you think. They're actually more valuable than you think. So, for whatever reason, the motorbike wasn't included in here. I've got the minifigures for this set somewhere else with all the Lego I bought back. And I think I stowed them next to the stick figs I traded for at Brickworld Chicago. I had a bag of the regular minifigures I got. And I also have a bag of pieces I bought from Eclipse Graphics. It was fun seeing you at Brickworld Chicago PB Game. I met a lot of amazing people at Brickworld Chicago. And also from the same Bricks and Minifigures store, if I can adjust this ever so slightly, I bought this Blacktron 2 set. Because if anyone knows the history of the mayohosko channel, you know that I inherited a bunch of my older brother's sets from the late 80s, early 90s. And among them was a whole bunch of Ice Planet sets and Blacktron 2 sets. So when I saw that Bricks and Minifigures was selling this set for only $25 with 2 Blacktron 2 astronauts, I knew it had to be mine, and so I bought it. And then we got some polybag builds right here. I'll try and reassemble these just a tiny bit, because they did come apart ever so slightly in transport. Hello, Clicking Cliff. Yo. How did this go? Oh yeah, that goes like that. And this goes on top here. Nice. So, oh yeah, and these are meant to go. Oh yeah, that's what that spare 1x1 sand green cone was. That's supposed to go there. Yeah. I think I can't remember where this went, but I'm just going to put this here for now. So I actually won some polybags by being a member of the Brick Hive channel, and so this micro scale Hogwarts castle was one of them. I built this at Brickworld Chicago, and I had, if I can put this back together. No, sorry, that's not it. There's something. Oh yeah, this goes over here. Yeah, there we go. I owned this Emmett's Constructo excavator for. Oh well, I call it an excavator, but technically it's got an Exoforce claw right there. I've owned this since the Lego Movie 2 came out, and so I bought that I bought that over to Chicago. Oh yeah, this goes in there. Yeah. And then there's this farm polybag I also won from Brick Hive, and I need to reassemble this a little bit. There's a minifigure that was also in this, but that minifigure is with my other minifigures that I bought back from Brickworld Chicago. And there's this plant I need to put in here, right there. So let me get this out. There's also a crate of carrots that also came with this. And when I got Brick Bunny's TV, well, when I traded Sigfigs with Brick Bunny's TV, I made sure to put their carrots next to, well, no, sorry, in the crate that came with this poly bag. So I'll move the trauma team out of the way, and I'll move the Blacktron 2 set next to the helicopter. And I'll line up these poly bags. Oh yeah, this is supposed to go in there. Let me adjust this. Oops. And I think I've got to put this in here somewhere to keep it from sliding backwards and forwards. And now this one is extra special because Butt Chop 2021, who was exhibiting some Chima mocks. Oopsie. This popped off for whatever reason. No, this keeps popping off. Oh yeah, I see, because it's supposed to go in that way. Let me readjust this build ever so slightly. There we go. Butt Chop 2021 was giving away some poly bags to different people. And Pick and Bricks was actually also doing the same thing with some of the kids that walked by his area. But I got this Metal Beards poly bag from Lego Movie 2 from Butt Chop 2021. And so I'm very happy to get that. And so what I'm thinking about doing is with the custom Butt Chop 2021 stick figure I pieced together for my interpretation of Butt Chop 2021, because he doesn't have an official sig fig, so he lets other people make their own that are interpretations. What I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and get his sig fig and have it riding on this thing right here, so I remember that it was Butt Chop 2021 that gifted that to me. And I think it'd be funny to put this and have it as a sandcastle on the Mayo City beach somewhere. I think that'd be funny. And in the next, I'm just thinking about this right now, and I think I might put this in the construction site for Asian Town in Mayo City. I think that's where that's going to go. And also, of course I went to the Lego store at the Schomburg Mall, and I got myself 2 pab cups, one big and one small. So in this big one, we've got some of the white 1x2 modified bricks with the 2 cutouts for the inverted arches. That was used a lot in the 90th anniversary castle. And I really enjoyed using them when I was making mocks, using pieces from one of the 90th anniversary castles. And so I've never seen these pieces on the pab wall before. And I saw them on the pab wall at Brickworld Chicago, so I made sure to use them as bricks around the sides of the central column. I always do, because whenever I go to the Lego store, I always make sure that I always make sure to buy 1x6x5 wall panels whenever they have them in stock, and I always make sure to try find pieces to put inside of them. And they had some foliage pieces that I was able to squeeze inside of them, including more of the bright green 3-leaf pieces. And so they'll probably end up getting used for the PPP ring that I have got going on in Mayo City that is being coordinated by a few sig figs. You know who you are. And the 3 of those people are actually all in my chat right now. So that was good. That was good to get. I'm looking forward to making some town mocks with those arch bricks now. And I also got a small cup of the 1x2 letter envelope pieces. I think these have been used in Harry Potter a lot lately. And I saw them on the pab wall a week ago, and I thought they would have been good sellers. But when I went to the Lego store on the day when I caught my flight home, I saw that they still had a bunch of them there. So I was surprised that they didn't sell more than what I thought they would have. So I made sure to get myself a small cup of all of them. And my pledges over on Patreon know exactly what I'm going to be doing with all of this mail right here. I have big plans for all of that mail. Also, when I left my city to go to Auckland on my way to Chicago, I told my parents to buy me this. It's a Best Lock Qantas plane. Qantas is probably the flagship airline company here in Australia. Oh yes, here's that 1x2 red brick I was looking for. Good. It must have been hiding underneath the instructions. And so now that I've gone over some of... Oh, nice! Yeah, the best lock. Because I'm guessing you would have seen that in an airport gift shop as well, Taz. And also, all of the other Australians out there who have caught a flight recently, let me know if you've seen some of these best lock aeroplane sets for sale. Because I had to have this. I had to have this, even though it's fake Lego. It's Qantas branded, and they are an actual respectable airline company, unlike shitty airlines. So I told my parents to buy it for me when they left the airport after they dropped me off. Oh, nice, Taz. That's very sweet, and I'm glad that my mother did the same thing. So, now that I've built if I can get that, I've got to reach down here. Now that I've built the Everyone is Awesome set, now that we've gone over the things within range of me right now that I have already unpacked from Brickworld Chicago, now that we've gotten that out of the way, we're going to build this next. And I haven't built a best lock set in a while, so it's going to be an interesting build experience. Already, the stickers are all wrinkled up. That's what you get from best lock, crinkled up stickers. Everyone's got to eat. Everyone's got to get hydrated. So what I'll do is, now that we've got these stickers somewhat straight, I'll unfold the instructions. Good. It's just one leaflet of paper. And we'll dump out these pieces. And we'll quickly try to flatten some of these stickers. while I read some of the comments that have gone by. Let's see if there's been any juicy conversations while I was talking about all of that stuff. Let's go back to where some people came into the chat. Where were we? Yeah, let's go. Actually, no. Let's go a little bit up here. So, just trying to navigate my way through the chat because all of you are amazing people have left lots of comments right now. Okay, here's where we go from. Yeah, we answered that question by Anna. A big Nate saying, I got 2 more events planned this year, neither as big as Brickworld Chicago, but they'll still be fun. Exactly. Almost every LEGO convention that I've been to, I have had fun. We answered that by Taz. We talked about Shit Heap Airlines. It was very cute of her, Anna. Taz says, honestly, I thought the bear was adorable. Dude, my son still has a bear. That makes him feel calm and all that stuff. Exactly. I still have my bear Ojo because of little set dressing or bed dressing opportunities like that. I need to use Ojo in more of my photography. Yeah, Shit Heap Airlines. Gotta love that. We answered that question by Mark. Exactly, I remember hearing them saying that in their commercials, Scott. Oh wow, Scott Fox did a big gamble. And Country says, morning, just got home, was out food shopping and now eating breakfast. I made sure to eat all of my breakfast before we came live. We answered that question by Zisu. Who else? Oh, nice. Good time to go out motorbike riding. I wish I had that motorbike from the trauma team, but I can totally understand why Bricks and minifigures didn't include it. I need to get out some of my dirt bikes that I've got up in some of my storage. I could imagine it'd be cold. That's why we went to Brickworld Chicago, my auntie and I, because we wanted to escape the winter solstice. Yes, I did hear from a lot of Australians complaining about how cold it got last week. My father particularly doesn't like winter. And what was really bad in our state during the winter solstice is it was overcast, so it felt even worse. And with the topic of heating, we haven't felt, even though it's been really cold, it hasn't necessarily been cold at night. We've been able to get by largely without having to use our gas heater. So I'm not sure if it's our bodies changing during the winter, but for whatever reason, we haven't needed to use the gas heater as much as we've done in the past 5 years. And if you notice, trying to keep warm, that's why I'm always wearing long sleeve clothes when I'm doing these live streams on Saturday mornings, because it gets pretty cold. I'm keeping the Everyone is Awesome set down on the floor right now while I'm doing other stuff up here on my build table. yeah, the I for whatever reason I didn't get to see Pop's block shop at Brickworld Chicago. I'm not sure if he was only there for certain times of the day or if he was there for certain days, but for whatever reason I didn't get into contact with him. I wish I would have, because I always hear people talking about Pop's block shop. What else? Yeah, I think I've got to make some adjustments to my Streamlabs bot. Yeah, this is a pretty cool polybag, isn't it? I like how much foliage you get in here. Not only do you get the pumpkin, but you get some plants that are growing to the side of the pumpkin, and that's a new foliage pieces for this year. It was released in some of, actually no, it was a new piece for last year was released in some of the Lego City farming sets. What else? Lots of people gambling. When we were actually, while we're talking about that, Mark, when I was on the plane home, we actually got an omelette for breakfast, and that was really nice. Have a good night, Aaron. I know a lot of people still have their teddy bear, and I actually bought my teddy bear at the old Rialto Tower in Melbourne before it closed down. And the only reason I wanted my mother to buy it is because it felt soft, and it's still got all of its softness. I think 15 years later, or whatever it is. I can't remember when we went to Melbourne, but I've still got it from my childhood. It is being mean, and I apologize for Streamlabs being mean. I've got to adjust its settings. I think I might know what I think I might know what is causing it. So actually, let me go to Streamlabs and see if I can make a change, because I think I might know what setting is causing all of that ruckus in the chat. Let me just load up Streamlabs right now, and then we'll start building the Qantas Aeroplane Best Lock set. So let's go to the Cloud bot. Take me to the Streamlabs dashboard, and let's go to the mod tools. Let's try turn this off. Actually, no, hang on. No, I don't need to do that. Let's turn off this. And let's turn off this. And let's turn off this and see if that makes a difference. Yeah, let's see if that makes a difference in the chat now. Okay. Yeah, I think Streamlabs needs to do some PPP. Am I right? So now let's put together this. Get some of these polybags out of my way here. We'll put together this set. So you can see that the only details on the studs for Best Lock are when they have the injection molding Yeah, I did hear from my parents that there were lots of houses in our neighborhood that that had some flooding on their front lawns. Fortunately, I don't know of anyone where their house got flooded, which is a good thing. So what I've got to do is I've got to lay all of these pieces out. Yo! Gotta lay all these pieces out because that's what the instructions tell me to do. And I think there's supposed to be that's its own piece. So they have this rather interesting 2x4 brick that has the inverted slope, the inverted curved slope, and a 2x2 plate extension right there. So that's something we don't see in Lego. And then there's another one of those pieces at the front of the plane. So there's that. Okay. Now we've got to put some pieces on top to brace the connection. And what Bestlock does with their instructions is whatever step you're on, the other bricks that have already been placed into position have been grayed out. Now we put the wings on. That goes underneath there. And there's another plate that goes on top here. We need two of these. There it is. Oh, Scott's blocks. Oh no, he gambled away all and lost all of his jars. Oh no. Oh really? Wow. Lego at pub trivia. Now that's something I would sign up for. Actually, come to think of that, there was an event at Brickworld Chicago that was Lego trivia. I think it was on it was either on the Thursday night or the Friday night of Brickworld Chicago. And the only reason I didn't enter is because I didn't want to have to play with a team. If they would have done it individually, I would have entered it. But since it was team, I just did it on my own. Yeah. No, sorry. If they would have done it individually, then I would have entered the competition. Because people always talk about how I know a lot about Lego, and it's true because I read a lot of information from a variety of different sources. I have a lot of old Lego history books from 15 years ago. And then that led me to read a lot of information on various forums, among other things, Brickset and Wikipedia, which became Wikimedia. But you can still find some of the old Wikipedia web pages archived on the internet. If you search for Wikipedia, you will get results for both Wikipedia and Wikimedia. I got a lot of information off of there, and by watching various people on YouTube, I've also picked up a lot of information. Now people are really starting to win some points with the gambling function. It's a fun tool, isn't it? Okay. That doesn't add up. I think I built something wrong. Yes, I did. I built something wrong. Yeah, I built something wrong. Oh, this is going to be a pain to get all these pieces back off here. So let me do that off camera. Because these best lock pieces have too much clutch power, in my opinion. They have too much clutch power. Okay, let's retrace our steps. So this goes here. And then this goes here. So where does that go? Ah, I see. These wings have to be one stud further down. And we're supposed to put an additional 1x2 plate in there. Yeah. Put that back there. And then move this down by one stud. And we can place that connection with the wings. And put the 1x2 plate in between there. Nice. Okay. That's that. Now we can put these bricks back on top. It's an entirely different build experience from Lego, and it's got its own frustrations, much like how building Lego sets come with their own frustrations. But I had to have this. I just had to have this set. And now we can put these 1x2 bricks in there. And I think what I found out is that I think I like the Streamlabs tools better than the Stream Elements tools. Because from various research I've done, for whatever reason, Streamlabs works better on Twitch and Stream Elements works better. Streamlabs works better on YouTube and Stream Elements works better on Twitch. So I think what I'll have to do is, because Stream Elements is a little bit redundant here on my Twitch channel, on my YouTube channel, I think I'll disable Stream Elements as a moderator on my YouTube channel. Because it really doesn't do much for me. And I'll keep it over on my Twitch channel. Now we're putting in the rear wings. There we go. And now we can turn over the card and put some of these bricks in. Hey, Dusty. If anyone remembers the origin of that hashtag, type it up in the chat, and I'll give you a cookie. Yeah. And then over here, they have this really interesting 2x4 brick that only has a 1x2 section for studs, and the rest of it is tile, and the front end is a 45-degree slope. That's for the cockpit of the plane. Sorry, I just had a burp from my fruit smoothie. So now we've got to build the supporting frame for the vertical stabilizer. So how does this go on? So there's a plate layer back here. So these 1x3s are to brace the connection of the rear wings. And then they use 1x2 plates to fill in the gaps. It is a rather interesting piece, PBJ. I would have personally liked to see some of these Best Lock exclusive shapes being made by Lego, because everyone knows that all of the other brick brands like to copy piece designs that Lego has made. I wish that Lego would do some pieces that look like pieces you find in Mega Block sets or in Best Lock sets, particularly for building stuff that isn't minifigure scale. And with the explosion of different curved elements that Lego has made since the Speed Champions theme came out in 2014, I think it'd be in the best interest of Lego to want to copy the piece shapes of some of the curved elements that other brands like Best Lock have made for those sets, or have made for their sets. Because if everyone copies Lego, surely Lego can copy them too. And fill in the gap with that 2x2. And there were some pieces for the tips of the wings. How do they go on? Because there's an interesting way to connect these. So what they do is, instead of there being a stud connection, gotta have coffee. Instead of there being a stud connection, what they do is they mold the plastic for you to fit around the studs. That's something Lego doesn't do with a lot of their pieces. So that's rather interesting to see in this Best Lock plane. And I'll get you an aerial, and no, we'll get you a bird's eye view so you can see how those pieces are attached to the wing right there. Long message protection. Let me see what I can do about that. Long message protection. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. That's what's getting some people, because on YouTube, per comment, there's a max of 200 characters. That must have been it. Ah, okay, yeah, that's rather interesting. There, thanks for that technique. By default, all of that stuff on the Cloudbot was on, and so that must have been tripping some people up in the comments. Thanks for letting me know about that stuff, Dusty. Now that we've got those on, we can flip the plane over and put these wheels together. So, how do those go on? Because these wheels are a little bit more finicky, because they're a hard plastic without any tires on them. So that goes there. And how does that? Okay, we're done that. Okay, so we've got 4 more 1x2 plates. That's to help center up the positions of the jets underneath the wings. And there are more wheels that go underneath them. So let's put these wheels on. And unlike the wheel holders for the Lego planes that have these slope section sloped back in one angle, these pieces actually slope back on multi-angle, so it centers up the wheel and actually makes these wheel holders a little bit more load bearing than Lego's version of that same piece. It's actually more load bearing because I think because this is Lego's version of that same piece. You can see how it's only sloped in one direction. However, Bestlock's version of that piece is sloped in two directions. Glad I could get that out for a little bit of a comparison. So now I've got to figure out the positions of how to put these jets on. So we have two jets in front of the wheels underneath the wings. Get these snapped on. And then we have the other two jets, 3 studs in from the outside of the wing. I'll rotate this plane around, put this other one on. There we go. Pretty good. So there's the plane without the stickers. So a little bit back heavy with the way this is built. Probably so you can get the plane in a position for takeoff, and it actually stay there. And it's got good these wheels actually spin really well. They roll well, and they turn well as well. You notice with the rubber tires that Lego uses on their aeroplane wheels, makes them a little bit more difficult to rotate their planes, but because there are no rubber tires on this Bestlock plane, it makes it easier to rotate it around. So now we've got to put the stickers on. I'll get this box back because the instructions don't actually show. Oh, excuse me, where to put the stickers on. So I'll have to kind of go by the box to put these on. Okay. So it looks like there's giant stickers for this. Actually, no, there's not. I was getting worried there. I thought it was all one giant sticker, but it's not. Which is good. I've got to make sure this one's relatively straight. Okay, that's good. And unless I'm seeing something wrong here, looks like for some reason they give you spare stickers in the set. Let's get this lined up. So there's the vertical stabilizer at the back with the Qantas kangaroo. And then we've got the red for the wing tips. Still not 100% flat right now. Come on, sticker. There we go. We got 2 of these stickers. Man, this is hard to line up. I think I might need to take these winglets off in order to put these stickers on. Yeah, there we go. That's one. Now we'll do the other side. And we're almost coming up on 2 hours. Get this lined up. Now that's a little bit disoriented. Let me try and pull this back up again. Yeah, that'll have to do. Those are the wing tips. Not sure what the engine. Oh yeah, I see what that's for. The engine art that goes on the outside of the jet engines. There's little tiny red kangaroos. Really tiny stickers. These are some of the smallest stickers I have ever had, and they rip quite easily. I don't like that. I don't like how quickly these small stickers rip. There's a little bit of red left over on the sticker sheet. And actually, I think I might take off these engines in order to put the kangaroo on. So, okay, because I can get that lined up. I'm gonna put it try to put it in the center if I can, because that's where they have it on the instructions. Man, this is tough to take off. Come on. Yeah, actually, I don't think it's actually. I actually don't think it's the stickers ripping. I think what it actually is that the die cut is slightly off center, and that's actually something that Lego has a problem with as well. Is that the die cut is off kilter in a lot of their sets. So I can't criticize Best Lock for a massive rant, because to Lego's disservice as a quality brick building product, they have the same quality issue. They have the same quality issue. And if I'm pretty sure this was a $15 set. I think I can guarantee if Lego was to make a set of this size, it would probably be 33% more expensive. So that's half of the engines. That just reminds me of Scotty Kilmer on YouTube whenever he opens his videos with his narration of saying, "Rev up your engines." Oh, man, these are hard stickers to take off. Ugh, come on. Come on. You're going to see me struggle with these stickers. I'm going to come back to those stickers, actually. Let's try put the big ones on. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, I see. Wait a minute. I think I've just seen something. Oh yeah, that goes. Oh yeah, I see how that's done now. Because we're going after the big stickers, and there's a cutout. I really wish this sticker was multiple stickers, because you have to get really lucky with the position of the stickers. You've got to get really lucky. No, sorry, not lucky. You're gonna get fortunate that everything lines up correctly. Because you got to get this under the wing. No, so you got to get it underneath the rear wing and over the central wing. I think I can get that lined up. Yeah, now we get that lined up. And have that... Now my stickers are a little bit at the top. And it's got an air gap underneath. Oh, I don't. Oh, no. Ah, the sticker's already starting to rip. I'm not going to risk it. Well, that sucks. Got to be very careful with this. Because now that's off kilter as well. Ugh. Straighten this up just a little bit more so that it can get onto the cockpit a little bit more evenly. And now this is a little bit top heavy. Ugh. You can't have it both ways with these stickers. Okay, I think that's the best I can do. This is why set builders don't like stickers, because they're tough to line up. Ugh. Let me close that and spin this around and try to do the other side now. Ah, don't rip. Damn it. I'm gonna do this really slowly. Oh, this is a pain. This is such a pain. They're not losing any of their glue. Oh, now it's starting to rip. Oh. Oh. Oh, this has been a fail. That's a fail. That's an epic fail. Oh, I wish that was better. Oh, these stickers are really annoying. Oh dear, oh dear. See if I can try salvage this, do a little bit of surgery. Let's see if I can try put this back together. Okay, that's my best attempt to put it back together. Unfortunately, there is some white that got left behind. Ah, that's not good. This is an uncomfortable experience. But that looks weird. Ah. How could you do this to me, Best Lock? How could you do this to me? Okay, let me try put this on. Oh. Come on. This should be much simpler to put on. Choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years of age. Yeah, I don't think any 3-year-old's going to be building this. Come on. These stickers are just like the Dallas Cowboys, an accident waiting to happen. Let me try and get my fingers out from underneath all this mess. What a messy sticker application. Okay, now let me try and get this straight. Yeah, there are some air bubbles underneath here, which is not good. Yeah. So there's a noticeable sticker error here now. that really bugs me. But when you look at it from a distance, it's not that bad. And I'm not going to be getting big close-ups on this, so I'm just going to have to deal with it now. That's the quality you get from Best Lock. And to be fair, that's the quality you get from a lot of different toys that have this type of sticker. So now we get these stickers to go underneath onto the flat part of the vertical stabilizer. So you've got to rotate this around and get this stuck on. There we go. And now let's see if we can get these wing tips on here. Come on. Oh, I think we've got one of them.
Come on. Yes, we got that one off.
Ugh.
Okay, so. Oh wow, that's a really bad die cut. Okay, so that's for that side. So now we've got to do it on this side. That's a really bad die cut. So, if anyone wonders why Lego costs so much, it's because of these triggering moments when you're building something, when you're building a brick brand that isn't Lego, and it comes with all of the different quality problems that you don't see on Lego products. That's what's really infuriating. And I've been able to share that experience with the viewers today. The infuriation of a brick brand that is not made by Lego. But I'm still happy to have this nonetheless, because now I can say I have something Qantas branded in my city. And since from a distance it looks like it's a similar scale to the minifigure compatible aeroplanes that were sold in the late 80s, so from the mid 80s to the early 2000s. It's actually not going to look that bad. It's not going to look that out of scale with the other planes I have in Mayo City Airport. And since this actually has the ability to get itself into a takeoff position, I think I actually might have this taking off in Mayo City. So I'm glad I built this, because now I can go put this into Mayo City after the spring. There we go. Good. There is the Qantas plane from Bestlock. I'm happy my parents got this for me. And even though this Qantas plane did have its quality issues, I'm sure it can't be as bad as Chicago Airlines. So there's the Qantas plane, there's the Everything is Awesome. I'll put those together, and we'll see everyone's complaints in the chat about the frustration of putting this together. See if there's anything notable. I know it's broken. I need to fix a lot of this stuff. What else? Yes, I'm guessing anywhere there's a gift shop in airports in Australia, they would be crazy not to want to sell Qantas aeroplanes like this. Yeah, if I was building this if I was building this offline, I would be doing that too. I think a lot of people feel that way about the livery of Qantas planes. There's something pleasing about how the red all comes together at the back of a Qantas plane with the white kangaroo. Exactly. Stickers are the bane of a lot of people's existence. Yes, this was a very frustrating experience with the stickers. Triggered! It kind of smells like it kind of smells like Leppin, doesn't it? And if anyone remembers when Chicken Bricks used to wear the Smells Like Leppin t-shirt on the Hauling and Bowling podcast, you know where that phrase comes from.
Yes, the Qantas plane is done, and I think it'll look quite good in my Mayo City airport. Oh, that's just the way it looks on camera. I thought the red sticker at the wingtip was a little bit curved, but with the way that these pieces were molded, there's a slight angling for the wingtip. You might have to let me know what that's a reference to. That might be something that's older than my time. There is the Qantas plane. Good. Now, there's something else that I wanted to do now that we've got a little bit more time. Because actually, I did see that Hive is doing a hive stream in about half an hour. And since we went through this build quicker than I anticipated, we'll be able to end this stream a little bit early. So what I'm going to do is I am going... Elton John. Thank you. And you know what? Actually, in the airport, one of the songs I heard on the radio was Rocket Man. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the lounge room and get one of my suitcases. This is my suitcase with all of the things I traded for at Brickworld Chicago. So I'm going to try open this to get a vintage Lego set I bought at Brickworld Chicago. Because there's only one Lego set that I actually bought at Brickworld Chicago. Wait, no, that's not the right suitcase. That has all of my clothes in it. So it must be the smaller suitcase. This has all of my clothes in it. I think in that locked section there are some sig figs with people I traded for at Brickworld Chicago. Yeah, this suitcase feels like Lego pieces rattling at the bottom. So let me get this other suitcase out of my room. Come on. And let's get this on my chair. And let's crack open this suitcase. Because there's a very special Lego set in one of these suitcases. I'm going to lay this flat so it doesn't go, so things don't come falling out of my suitcase. There are lots of things on top of here that I've got to get to before I get to it. Because I got some documents, I got some stickers, I've got some magazines, and I've got some poly bags I've got to get to. And we got this Hot Wheels car that came with the sig fig I traded for from Big Nate Bricks. So Big Nate, if you're still out there, thank you for the Hot Wheels car. I'm going to add that to my my die-cast collection. It's this set from 1993. It is a plane, and you can see it's from the flight sub-theme of Lego Town. Look at how colourful that box is. It's got alternate builds on the back of the box, and I'll try get the year on camera. It's at the bottom of the box. try to get the year. It says 1993 on there. Yeah, you can barely make out 1993. Yeah, 1993. Now I can get these stickers out of the way. And speaking of vintage Lego, some people in the chat already know about this, but I picked up this sports hockey and sports association football McDonald's Happy Meal toys poly bags from 2004. And I don't know what type of video I'm going to do about that, but I definitely want to do something with that because it's rather interesting and obscure. More people know about the Happy Meal toys that were brick-built characters, but not many other people realize the big head Happy Meal toys they made. So I'll come back down into my seat again. I'll put Big Nate's Hot Wheels car on top of the Sanctum Sanctorum over there. We built the Sanctum Sanctorum in the month of May on all of my live streams. I wanted to get that built before I went away to Brickworld Chicago. And we're done charging my Mac. So we can take the plug out now. I'll attend to those poly bags at a later date. I'll move my Qantas plane on top of my suitcase. Move the Everyone is Awesome out of the way. And we're going to do a live unboxing of this little guy right here. So, push open. Damn it, you can see the outline of the push tab right there. Because what I can try and do, yeah, there we go. That push tab actually worked. So now what I've got to do is slide this out. I think there's some glue connecting some of these together. I think I'll come along and try to loosen that just a little bit. Loosen that just a little bit. And come in here, loosen some glue inside here. There we go. Now we can open these up and we can empty the bag. And we'll close this back up. There's a box for my vintage Lego box collection. The set is called Aerohawk, set 6536. I only paid $9 for this. Hello, Buttshop 2021! It's great to see you here in the chat. I am back in my home time zone now. We have finished building the Everyone is Awesome set because this is the last Saturday of Pride Month, so I wanted to get this built. We also built this Qantas plane by Best Lock. Try to get underneath here. And we had a frustrating experience with the stickers. And we just unboxed the Aero Hawk from 1993. Before we start building the pieces, we've got to take a look at the pamphlet. We've got to take a look at the pamphlet. So 1993 had some very good sets. Had some very good sets back in 1993. And by the looks of things, even though the box is dated 1993, I think this is a 1994 version of the set. Because if we come, I'll take this off. Because if we come to angle this up just a little bit more, there's my face. If we come to the pamphlet, you can see the Islanders. They came out in 1994. You can see these Belleville sets. They came out in 1994. You can see the Spirius space sets. They came out in 1994. Then on the back here, the Century Skyway, that came out in 1994. I believe the Sail and Fly Marina came out in 1994. And this Surveillance Squad police set, that came out in 1994. I'm not sure of the years for the Hot Rod Club or I'm not sure of the years for the Hot Rod Club. There is a Deep Freeze Defender. That's from Ice Planet. I talked about a little while earlier when I was showing everyone how I bought this Blacktron 2 set. I grew up with Blacktron 2 and Ice Planet, so that's nice. Seeing a little image of the Deep Freeze Defender right there. That was from 1993. Yeah, so this must have been a 1994 release, even though the set was released in 1993 with all the images for 1994. And actually, it says in these yellow triangles, 1994 on there. And actually, no, sorry. I'm looking closely at this pamphlet. They've got the yellow triangles for all of the years. So the Hot Rod Club apparently was also 1994. What's some of the other? The Renegade Runner, the Dragon's Den, and the Dragon's Defender. They were all 1993 sets because they don't have the yellow triangle up there. Yeah. So I know I had one of these pamphlets from one of my brothers, either Blacktron 2 or Ice Planet sets. I had a pamphlet that looked a lot like this. I remember this image a lot. I remember this image a lot. And I remember a double wide version of this image a lot. A lot of nostalgia for the good old days, shall we say. And I particularly like seeing the Century Skyway because that is my favorite Lego City airport. The Century Skyway. And also, they don't actually show it as a set on the pamphlet, but if you look underneath that Hot Rod, which was its own separate set, which I did a video about, because if anyone remembers when I did all of those vintage Lego reviews, that Hot Rod was one of them. But underneath the Hot Rod, to the left of the flags on the Octan building on the Sail and Fly Marina, is the Flame Fighters fire station, which is not in this pamphlet, even though that was a 1994 set, which is interesting. Yeah. So I'm really happy to get this pamphlet. So I will add this 1994 pamphlet to my 1999 pamphlet. I've actually got two of the 1998 pamphlets. So now I can do a comparison between the two pamphlets and explain why I prefer 1993, 1994 over 1998, 1999. I'll fold that back up. And looks like these are the instructions for their fold out. And because this set is so small, there are no images on the back of the instructions for the alternate builds. The only pictures of alternate builds are on the back of the box, and it says in that yellow triangle, build any of these amazing models with this set. Exactly. Let the pamphlets flow. There we go. Amazing. I love this. No, sorry. That's the instructions. This is the pamphlet. Okie dokie. Yes, the chrome pipes. I'll try and fold out the section where the chrome pipes are. In the hot rod. Yeah, here they are. Those chrome pipe pieces are worth a lot of money because the chrome gets scratched off really easily. And so with some of the newbies, if anyone has any questions for me about Brickworld Chicago, make sure to have at it in the chat. There are a lot of Australians here tonight, which is really nice to see. A warning light on the dashboard. Not sure if it's on this set or one of the sets in the pamphlet. You'll have to let me know, Johnny. Oh, also, no, I just saw there is a boat build alternate to the left of the picture of the set. So that is on the instructions, and I believe it's the same as this boat right here. Yeah, I remember the Spirius robot was in a ton of pamphlets. I never knew it was called the Robot Guardian until Brickworld reviewed that set back in 2013. Exactly. I know that you would have first-hand nostalgia. I have second-hand nostalgia for a lot of those sets. Well, a butt chop is always welcome on any time I do a live stream, and I always welcome the chance to geek out about vintage Lego with people like a butt chop. That's why I like to collect vintage new in box sets that are cheap. Not because I want the set, not because I want the box, not because I want the instructions, but actually because I want the pamphlet. Because the pamphlet brings me back to when I started collecting Lego. Yeah, and the reason why, particularly a lot of the smaller sets used to have the push open tabs, is because Lego didn't expect kids to use a Stanley knife. Now, did they? I think enough people have convinced me to go to Brickbench in 2024, particularly because someone told me that Ruth confirmed she will be going to Brickbench in 2024. What is everyone else saying about this? exactly, hashtag all Chrome. And we've talked before about with the Lego Icons Harley Davidson, how I felt it was cheap that they didn't use the chrome for the mufflers and exhaust on that set. They used grey instead, which felt really cheap, in my opinion. Yes, sweet dreams, Johnny. So I'll be sure to make a separate video geeking about this pamphlet and comparing it to the 1999 pamphlet. So we got what is it? 18 minutes for Hives doing a stream. And I think this set will be small enough that we can actually get it done before then. Because this is more stuff than what I thought I was going to do, which is really good timing. Really, really good timing. I know you've said that before, and anyone who is a motorbike enthusiast would have been crazy not to buy the Harley Davidson when it was on market. Because I know plenty of people that bought it, and when they did their reviews about it, they immediately complained about the lack of chrome. Well, to be fair, Dusty, I did save $8,000 over a 5-year period to get to Brickworld Chicago. Yeah, there's a bunch of amazing people who have now confirmed that they will be going to Brick Convention 2024, and I can't wait to meet up with all of those people. But I don't think I'll be bringing anything to exhibit at Brick Convention. Just going to hang out with some of my Australian friends. Now let's actually build this, shall we? And if you notice, with these old bags, they have those holes in them. And I think the reason why Lego used to put holes in their bags was to prevent kids from choking on them. Still let the air flow through the bags if a kid was choking on this. And also, this is something you used to see in a lot of these old sets. The head actually came attached to the torso. A lot of people feel that same way, Chopper. So let's put the minifigure together first. Got the brown bomber jacket on him. He's got the old light grey pants. He's got the blue shades with the 5 o'clock shadow. And he's got the blue helmet. I know in 1993, in the set Aerial Acrobats, they actually did helmets with printed stars and stripes on them. So there's the minifigure, that's the pilot. And now let's put this stuff together. I never owned this set, or at least my brother never owned this set. So this is a first-hand experience of putting this thing together. I'll bring in my chair just a little bit further. And this piece, I'll show off this piece. This piece in white brings me heavy nostalgia for the Ice Tunnelator, I believe it was. And I believe one or two of the other Ice Planet sets, this in white. I have heavy nostalgia for that. From the Ice Planet set. And this is one of those sets that you could have bought with your pocket money or your allowance, and it was a quick 5-minute bill. This probably would have been a $5 set back in the day. That'd be my guess. That's in US dollars. So $5 in 1993. I wonder how much that is in 2023. Because this is a 30-year-old set. This is 30 years old now. 30 years old. But I know people who went to the garage sale at Brickworld Chicago, and they bought sets even older than this. Because Just Too Good spent $100 on a new in-box, the red cottage with the blue roofs, which I believe was either a 1979 or a 1981 set. And Duck Bricks bought one of the Harbour sets from the mid 70s that came with the cardboard sheet to put everything on. That's how old that was. And from what Duck Bricks told me and from what Just Too Good told me, they got good deals on those sets. Oh yeah. I thought I misread something in the instructions, but I'd already put those pieces on. Exactly, Dusty, because Duck Bricks owns, according to the Brickset database, the most sets in the world. And I know at one time Wigzar was trying to get into the top 50 because he wanted to see who was number one. And then he eventually found out that he found a way to see who had the most, and it turned out to be Duck Bricks. And now, since the whole world realized that Duck Bricks owns the most amount of sets according to the Brickset database, all of us vintage Lego aficionados respect all the vintage Lego that Duck Bricks owns, and we want him to break the world record. The problem for him is, since he owns nearly 50,000 Lego sets, not only does he have to get the sets out on their own for the officials from Guinness to count them in the record, but also he has to get out the individual instructions for those sets for verification, because per the Guinness Book of World Record rules, a complete Lego set includes the instructions. It doesn't include the box, it doesn't include the extra pieces, it doesn't include any pamphlets that came with the set, because that's advertising material. Just has to include the instructions. So not only would he have to get out the sets clean, but also get out the instructions clean to call out the Guinness Book of World Records to break the record. Got the nice old style propeller at the back there with the curvatures on the prongs, or whatever the name of that. The blades, yeah. Silly me, the blades of the propeller. Separate those by one stud extra. There's a hinge so that you can retract the cockpit window, and it comes with a spare light grey Technic pin and a spare visor for the helmet. And there's a 1x2 plate. Where does this 1x2 plate go? Did I put this on somewhere wrong? I put that there. It's only telling me to put one 1x2 plate. About. Oh, I see where it goes underneath this multi-axis wedged slope up here. That goes there. There we go. Now we can put the steering wheel back. Yeah, because for whatever reason, Lego used to put steering wheels in their planes rather than the control sticks like they use in the helicopters. And interestingly, these wheels come pre-assembled, unlike that best lock set over there. Actually had to put the wheels in. And I think that's because they wanted to make it easy for kids to build. Because there's no age range on this set for whatever reason. I'm not seeing an age range here. It says 40 interlocking pieces because they used to call their bricks interlocking pieces back then. Oh no, there's the age 6 to 10. They didn't always put the age on the front of the box. Sometimes they only put it on one of the flaps of the boxes. But there is the Aerohawk. There it is. And I can open up the cockpit and we can put the minifigure inside of the cockpit. And there he is. There was a set from 30 years ago, set 6536, the Aerohawk, and this will go perfectly into Mayo City Airport. And I'll add box to my box collection, my vintage Lego box collection. Eventually, I will put these instructions into a photo frame, probably like this, so you can see. Oopsie. So you can see the full scale, right there. And I'll probably be able to buy a small photo frame from the Salvation Army to put that in. And eventually I'll also put this pamphlet into a photo frame as well that I'll also buy at the Salvation Army. So there it is. There's that. There's this. There's all of this. That. This is a set that you gave me. So thank you, Buckchop. This. Put this at the back, at the back here. And just need to put this jet back on here. And this. Nice. There we go. I'm very happy that I was able to put 3 things together in this live stream. Very happy about all of that. So I think that's going to do it for today's stream. So I'm going to arrange with Adora Build for next week's Sunday morning, Friday night stream to be a stream where we build and talk about friend sets. I've accumulated a whole bunch of friend sets, and I told Ruth when I get back from Brickworld Chicago we should do a friends live stream, and she told me any excuse to build Lego friends sets. So unfortunately, no one else has bought tickets to enter the giveaway. So I will refund Mr. Blue, and we will wait sometime later this year to give away another mayohosko stick. So yeah, thanks for watching this stream. Built some amazing Lego. I'll get all this mushed together. I'll take a photo of all this stuff for Instagram. Let's go back up to the top of the chat and see everyone who said hello. So who did we have today? Lots of comments. So we had Alan's House of Lego, Mr. Blue, Tree of Ore 2, Miss Ingrid Briggs, Tasman Briggs, Yonglo X, Macro Bricks, Mum, Scott's Blocks, Big Nate Bricks, Anna Nicole, I think it's starting to rain outside, Ruby, John Spola, it's trying to rain, I think it's just spitting right now. Because it is winter. Bricktastic Lego ideas, Contra Bricks build craze, Dusty Bricks, Zisu Sultanfuss, PBJ, what else did we have in here? I thought there was one or two other names besides down here before Buttchop came in. Oh yeah, Clicking Cliff. Story of my life. We'll get that addressed next live stream. Oh, there's been a lot of comments today. Thank you, everyone. We gladly appreciate all of that. Johnny G. Buttchop 2021. Now my family's making more noise. And I'm pretty sure that was just about everyone, unless someone new just popped up. Exactly. So that was everyone, and Chop saying there was always magic at Brickworld. You just have to find it and make it a memory, and that's exactly what I do. Any last thoughts from anyone? Yes, I do need to address all of those problems with the bots. Exactly, only a 4-year period for the Aerohawk. They used to do that a lot. Instead of the maximum being 12, the maximum used to be 10 on a lot of those old sets. It is now 1:25 p.m. in South Australia, which means it'd be yes. My auntie will always remember that, and that's why I told my auntie that you're the funniest guy in the room, Buttchop. You're the funniest guy in most rooms. Anyway, I'm done with this live stream. I've done everything I've needed to do, and Brick Hive is doing a Hive stream. So I'll put up the link for that in the chat, because I'm ready to take things a little bit easy. I'm gonna try to listen to some podcasts while I clean up my room before I start unpacking. So everyone go right over to the Hive stream over on the Brick Hive channel. And thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully, if Adora build is ready, we will do our Friends live stream we talked about doing after Brickworld Chicago next week, because I've got all of those really cool friend sets that I'm going to have a blast building, and I'm sure Ruth has some friend sets in the backlog, and I just got the notification that Brick Hive is live, so I won't take up anyone else's time more, because we've had a good productive live stream, and we've had a decent amount of viewers, and we gladly appreciate all of that. So anyway, I'll be back the same time next week, and we'll be doing on the next episode of Miracle Whip after hauling and bowling before clicking and bricking. I'm sure I'll be able to show off some of the other things that I got back from Brickworld Chicago. So stay tuned for that on Sunday night after hauling and bowling. Anyway, I'll see you on the next live stream. Same time, I'll see you on the next short, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching, guys. Let's roll the credits. Thank you for supporting mayohosko Media. Your viewership is very important to us. Tell YouTube you like us by smashing the like button. Let your thoughts be known in the comments down below. Never miss out on any more LEGO content from us by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell. Stay tuned for live streams every Friday night at 9 PM Eastern in North America, and monthly city updates on the last Wednesday or Thursday of every month. If you like Minecraft and gaming streams, follow us on Twitch, mayo_hosko, no capital letters. Twitch streams every Saturday morning at 8 AM Eastern in North America. To be in the know, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at real_mayohosko. Have fun with us on our Discord server. Friend us on Facebook and join the fan club group. For business inquiries, email us at mayohosko@gmail.com. For historical inquiries, check out our website. For special community perks, including behind the scenes, voting rights, and early access videos, become an investor today by pledging to us on Patreon. Links in the description. Watch this video recommended to you, or check out this playlist if you missed any previous videos of the same genre. This has been mayohosko, and I am a fan of old LEGO. #AFOOL.